Eight for me.
Recording in progress. Get that resolved. It looks like we've got a lot of us in here now. And again, if your running partner is not here, and if you pop that Zoom link over to them so we can try to get everybody in here. So I appreciate your patience with this, everybody. Okay, so housekeeping. So this as a reminder that remember to follow your TCPA and do not call list guidelines before starting any prospecting activity. And we'll pop a link in the chat for that. Secondly, we're going to also there's also going to be, I want to make sure you follow along in your participant guide. Now, today I'm hoping that we actually get some time to talk so that I'll be able to go through, hopefully slow down a little bit. But you guys are going to notice every single one of these sessions moves very, very fast. It's FastCap, baby. That is the pace that we go at because we have so much content to give you. So getting that participant guide, reviewing all of that is going to be very important to do prior to class. I'd recommend printing them out, but that is just me. Okay. So now we're going to talk a little bit further. Before I wanted to pull out a few different things to show you, just to make sure we're all in the right spot. The first step, I just want to know, I've seen some questions in the chat about where do I find CSU training? How do I log my DPAs? Things like that. So if you take a look at your screen right now, I put up you can just see right there, this is again where you access where you get into the platform. Just click CSU training and you're going to find it. And it's a very, very brief video, but in there it's going to be just very brief, everything you need to know, just getting up and running with that. Now, for my friends who are still in I can't log into CSU island here, let's talk about that a little bit. If I can actually just shout out to Grace behind the scenes here. Grace and we were both working that inbox. The whole team was working that inbox, trying to make sure that all of you were responded to. We went through to make sure that you have that CSU access. So if you put me in the chat yesterday, we went through all of those. Hey, yes, thank you, Grace. Please, everybody, shout out to Grace on that one. She is such a huge part of our team, guys. We went through that, and you should have something in your inbox if you put me in the chat. It should be to your EXP email address. So if you put me in the chat, we should have got you. If not, though, if you want to go ahead and I'm going to leave it up on the screen right now. So you can start with that chat admin chatbot, excuse me, or email in. We are working through that inbox every single day, every hour. We are a small team, so we try to get to them as quick as we can. And you guys, yeah, Grace is a killer, so we will make sure that you are in. And one thing too, just to let everybody know, I've been teaching in the days and then teaching at night, so I haven't been able to spend as much time as I would like to. But what I can also commit to is I will spend time this week going through making sure that we've got every one of you in there. So just making sure that, so I want you to know we've got you covered. If you're not in yet, we will make sure that you do get in. Let's see here. Just checking in on the chat. I see a few people took you a while to get in. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I'm honestly, we're going to figure out what happened here. I'm glad you're here now. And again, if you know someone else who should be here who's not in, feel free to share that link with them, all of that. But okay, guys. Well, I want to keep on rocking and rolling here because your time is valuable. So, guys, we have taken some pretty serious strides this week in owning your business, and I hope that you're starting to feel a slight shift. So we're going to take a second to look at how far you've come in a few short days here. You've shifted your mindset from we thought we were salespeople. Now we understand we are business owners. And we've committed to keeping our pipeline full by making lead gen a habit. Then we created those UVPs, which I thought was really cool. And guys, this is all just week one. So you've laid the foundation for something amazing, and we are just getting warmed up here. So we're going to keep things going because, guys, the next level of your business is right on the other side of your next action. So let me tell you what we're doing here today. This is kind of a unique session here. So in today's session, we are going to shout out to some of our FastCap top producers in this room. Hopefully they showed, hopefully they're here today with us. And I see we have Amy Eiler in the chat here. Class link has been fixed. Thank you, Amy Eiler. You guys, Amy is another one of our EXP University folks here, and she jumped in. Thank you so much, Amy. Guys, looks like the issue is addressed, so thank you so much for, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Okay, so Len, we're going to carry on here. I'm going to celebrate one of you. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hear from one of our tribe leaders. Now, I wanted to explain this to you. I mentioned it yesterday a bit. So with our tribe leaders, what I normally would do is I would bring our guests in live so that they can interact with all of us. But unfortunately, at this late hour, it's a little bit harder to book our guests. So what we did was we picked from the best of the best. We picked our top tribe leaders, and what I'm bringing you is going to be a recording of their session. But what I've done is also cut out any Q&A that does not apply to everyone, because I want to actually spend that time doing Q&A with you guys. We don't get a lot of time to actually interact with you, so I think we can spend that time actually answering whatever questions are on your mind. Okay, so here we are. Let's set the tone for today. So today's session is all about enlisting others to help you win, because the truth is, if you want to go fast, go alone. Go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. See, this business, I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but this business can feel really lonely sometimes. And I don't know if that resonates with you, but you're trying to build something big, but you're doing it from your car, you're doing it from your kitchen table, you're doing it from your home office, and it can feel like, man, I'm just out here grinding solo, right? But the good news is that in FastCap, you are not alone. You are not alone at all. You are in a cohort with other agents from across the country who are showing up just like you. They are hungry, they are committed, they are ready to level up. And this brings me to this one of my favorite quotes from Atomic Habits. And it's, an accountability partner can create an immediate cost to inaction. So we care deeply about what others think about us, so we don't want others to have a lesser opinion of us, right? So I want you to just picture something here, right? Let's say you're on the treadmill, right? And you're pushing yourself and you're huffing and puffing, and then it hits. You are tired. You are winded. You're done. And you're like glancing around. You're like, no one's watching. I could just leave right now, hop off, right? So now picture that same moment, but you got like your workout buddy beside you, and they're going to look you in the eye and say, hey, you got this. Also, you said you wanted this. This isn't that what you said you wanted? Let's finish strong. That's the power of accountability. When you've got someone walking this path with you, you're not going to give up easy. You're going to push harder. You're going to show up better, and then you're going to win bigger, right? So let me ask you, have you guys, give me a yes or a no if you have connected with your running partner yet. I see a few of us already in the chat kind of wheeling and dealing, getting some running partners. If you have not, what I want to say, guys, is jump in that community or just text whoever in this chat right now. And we always say it would be awesome if they are by you, if they're near you. If they're not, don't worry. Pick what anybody who's going to work well with you, go ahead and work with them. And in fact, if you want to team up and do a group of people, absolutely fine by us. So make sure that you are just taking ownership of getting that running partner. I know this chat goes very, very quickly, so pop off in that community group because that's going to probably be the easiest way to do that. All right, guys, the thing is with this is I want to point out this is where you stop trying to do this all alone. This is your turning point. And I want to talk about uh, what this actually could look like in real life. And this is in your participant guide on page 6. And this is just going to be some tips from EXP agent and success coach Tara Stone. So we're going to be talking about things like what do you actually need from a running partner? These are things we can get clear. How often are you going to check in? What does the accountability actually look like? Because here's the thing, we're not just looking for someone who's going to text you and be like, hey, good luck. We're looking for someone who's going to call you out, lift you up, and remind you of the person that you said that you were going to be. So I've got some tips here. And again, these are going to be in your participant guide about how you can make this partnership powerful, right? So the first one being pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Be there for each other. Be for real. You can see, for instance, just with this, we had this technical issue. That's the first thing that I always say is, hey, grab your running partner and make sure you've got them too. Because again, we're working with each other. We're leaning on each other. And some other advice here would be to schedule weekly check-ins. So review your DPAs, review your money makers, and be like, hey, my money maker went like this. How'd yours go? How did yours go? Review your mindset. Now, a few other ideas here would be texting daily and, being like, hey, I'm starting my DPAs right now. Just like that. It doesn't have to be a huge conversation. It's just that accountability. You guys can push each other, celebrate the wins. Don't let each other disappear when it gets hard, because I promise, guys, something always will come up. But listen to me. This is the one thing here that could be the difference maker in your FastCap experience, because you already have the plan, you have tools, but now you need someone in your corner, someone who is not going to let you hide when life gets busy, because it is going to get busy. It's someone who's going to say, hey, you said that you were going to do this, right? And I'll say this too, is that having a running partner isn't about having it all together, right? It's about being committed to getting better together. So this is my challenge to you before the end of the day. Either text your running partner and schedule your first check-in if you haven't done so yet, or post in that community and find one. Like you guys, your goals, they deserve accountability. Your big 3-year dream that we did, that deserves support. And you deserve to win here, but you do not have to do it alone. Okay, guys, get your running partners. But now it is time. It is time now to celebrate this week's DPA leader. So I'll pop the results on the screen right now, and I'm going to open my participant list. But firstly, huge shout out to everyone who's been taking action and logging their work in Sisu. Whether your name is on the top 5 or on this board or not, I want you to know something. Every real talk you have, every DPA that you log, every time you show up, it is building your pipeline and your business. So this leaderboard, it does not show who's the best. It shows who's been doing the work consistently. And that's the name of the game here. So now the winner this week is going to get a reward. And this is what I pulled here. The criteria for this week was the top of the Real Talks leaderboard. Now, the prize, and you guys, I want to point this out too. You have to be present to win. And so we have a prize that we're going to give away. This week's prize, and these are going to ramp up here, is a copy of the book Atomic Habits, because guys, we're building powerful habits here every single day. And again, next week, the prizes are going to get bigger, just like your DPA goals get bigger, right? And so a lot of you might be wondering, yes, Thursday is the cutoff, exactly. Thursday morning. Yep. And so a lot of you might be wondering, well, what's the criteria, Alyssa? Like, how do I win? So I will keep it real with you. There is no secret formula, right? The criteria is simple. You do the work, you log the work, and be here. That's it. So if you are doing that, I will pull a different DPA, and then for that week, the top of the leaderboard, and we will get you on that. So massive congratulations, firstly, to all of you. But I do want to see if we can talk to this week's top of the leaderboard, Tim, because I have a few questions for you, Tim. I'm asking you to unmute. Don't be shy, don't be nervous. I'm just going to ask you some very simple questions if that's cool with you.
Yeah, I'm in the areas I like long walks on the beach. I don't know. Go ahead, Ted.
Tim, this guy. I can already tell this guy's trouble. I love it. I love it. Okay, Tim, you're the top of the leaderboard. So tell us, who are you calling? Who are you having these conversations with?
I'm having conversations with people from my SOI. I am attempting to grow a team. I am attempting to follow up with people who are previous clients. I've been in real estate for a few years. So just after a couple of years of darkness, it's nice to come back to the light.
Yeah, hey, welcome back. I love it. I love it. We're here to support you. You've got your whole tribe is here to support you right here. Quick question for you then. I promise I won't ask you too many questions. So are you using any kind of scripts or anything like that? What are you saying when you're talking to people?
Well, I kind of sort of have a few scripts, but a lot of this is in my head. I mean, it's muscle memory.
Yeah. Hey, I get it. I get it too. And the more conversations that you have, you're like you started with a script framework, and then now all of a sudden you've got like this new script framework that starts developing. I love it. Okay. I have one more for you, Tim. I promise it's just one more. And it's always the hardest one. It's always the hardest one. I'm warning you. How are
Our
you
kids,
rewarding yourself?
sorry, I didn't hear what you said. I said I'm more
Oh,
worried about my
that
kids got. So
it's all good. It's all good. How are you rewarding yourself? Are you rewarding yourself for the work you're doing?
right now, absolutely not.
Tim, my friend. Okay, Tim, I'm gonna insist that you do it because I mean, look at you. You're killing it. You're at the top of the leaderboard, and that's what we do though is you're putting in the work, and so the even if it's just a small reward, whatever like it is to you, that's beneficial. Even a small reward is like a little dopamine hit. It's just enforcing those habits, and like Tim, you're killing it here. You deserve to reward yourself. So I hope you start. I'm gonna check in with you on this.
All right. Look, the best reward was knowing last night at about 11 p.m. that I had a listing and a purchase coming up. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a reward.
I'll call that a reward. Hell yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations to you, Tim. The team will get in touch with you. We're going to send you that book, and you guys just, I mean, that was amazing. So take that from this week's winner here. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Well, that is wonderful. I love to see you guys win. That is what is the favorite part of my job. So, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling here. And what I want to stop here is, guys, this is time to add a little weight. So, just like at the gym, you want to start building muscle, we have to start increasing the reps. And in your business, those reps are real talks. So the deal is this week, your goal was one real talk a day. So next week, we're going to start moving to two. We're going to move to two. And I don't want to wait though until Monday to figure out how this is going to go. I don't want to wait till Monday to think about it. So what I want to know right now in this chat and I be as literal as you can. And I'm going to ask you, what has to change to make room for the second conversation? What has to change? Is it blocking more time in your calendar and pop them in the chat when you have it? I want you to really spend some time thinking about it. Is it planning, right? Prospecting at a different time, putting your phone on do not disturb? Is it asking your spouse to be like, take these kids for an hour, please? Maybe say it nicer. I don't know. Yeah. So keep it coming in the chat here. What do you need to do and this is something that we're going to ask every week. So I really want you to think about this because every week we're going to ask you to do one more. So we're going to, things can't stay the same if we are going to do one more. Beautiful. Pop those in the chat. Write those in your participant guide because this is where we start building discipline. This is how we're going to stretch. We're not trying to get to five overnight. We're again just adding one more rep intentionally, strategically, and consistently here. Now, the best part though is every extra conversation is going to be one step closer to your next client, to your next referral, to your next closing. So I love you guys. Just keep putting those in the chat. And if you are just like, I'm not even sure, go look at this chat and see what it is you need to do. Awesome. I love these. Keep those going. And now I want to pop this open real quick here. This one is for you and for your progress. So this is going to be your check-in moment. There is a section, it should be page 9 in your participant guide. This is going to be where you start reflecting on your DPAs, your real talks, start reflecting on what's working and what's not working. And you don't have to fill this out right now, but I would highly recommend that you do your temperature check after this session. And the reason being is because when you write this down, you get it's a visual snapshot of your growth. You're going to literally see how far you've come and exactly then what needs to shift here. So it's going to ask you questions like, what's your real talk average so far? What's getting in the way? It's just going to be checking in. And if you do this honestly, you're going to walk away with ideas about how you can improve your next week. And that's how our momentum builds. So guys, check in on that. And now I am going to bring in our tribe leader going here. So guys, as I told you, I just want to remind everybody again. So every week in FastCap, we bring in a tribe leader and a guest speaker. And what I do is I run them through all of the content that you guys have gone through this week. And they create a special presentation just for our FastCap audience here. Now, I want to warn everybody here. Normally, I would love to bring these folks in live, but it is late and it's hard to book guests at this time. So what we've done is we've picked out our top tribe leaders from other cohorts and we've brought them to you. But the thing I've also done is I cut off the Q&A. And the reason I did that is because a lot of the times the Q&A is not relevant for everybody. And what I've also noticed, guys, is I have to talk way too much in these sessions and I want to hear from you. So I'm going to get this going in just a moment. And then once we're done with that, you're going to get an awesome class from our speaker here. Then we'll end that. And then we'll hopefully have a little bit of time where we can actually do some Q&A and actually talk to some of you a little bit more. So my friends, our speaker today, man, she's a powerhouse. So it's Julie Nelson. And guys, she is not only a successful EXP agent, she's an author of a book, Success Faster, On Fire Hot. And guys, in my opinion, it's a must read for agents who are serious about growing their business with intention, with fire. She's trained, she's coached, and she's mentored thousands of agents across this country. So I'm going to go ahead and get her going right now. And then after this, we'll tune in for some Q&A, but take some notes on this, my friends. Hopefully we can get this going nicely.
Thank you for that introduction, jazz hands. Hey, everybody. So glad to be here. They've given me about 20 minutes, so I'm going to pack about 60 minutes of stuff in 20 minutes. So put your seatbelts on because we're going to go fast. We're going to go really, really fast. I love being on here, so thank you for inviting me back to pour into these folks. And I'm so impressed. It says there's 526 participants in the room. It's pretty impressive. So yay, everybody. Okay, so let's jump right in. So I'm Julie Nelson. I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm going to give you a Zoom tip. Anytime you're on Zoom, you want your name to read name and location, so that you're reminding other realtors or other people on that Hollywood Square at that time where you're from, because we're always looking for referral opportunities. So don't miss that opportunity on your Zoom, your little Zoom label. Okay, I want to talk about, so I know that I want to talk about what I perceive as one of the core principles in FastCap. It's actually a core principle in Fast Attract as well, which is a cousin to FastCap. But one of the core principles, and just write this down, just remind yourself of this, that if you accomplish one thing in this program, This is the one, in my opinion. And it's simply habit formation. It's habit formation. See, in real estate, there's two aspects to real estate, there's the sexy side and the not as sexy. There's the dealing with business and there's the generating business. So there's two sides to the business. Okay, the sexy is all the fun stuff. Oh, I'm out, I'm looking at homes, I'm networking, I'm staging, I'm working with people, doing open houses. I'm in my car with the top down. It's all the sexy stuff, right? And one of the biggest mistakes that agents make in this business, whether you're in your first year or your 21st year, and I know we have some veterans in this class, in this program, it's one thing I love, 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 love about this program is it's not just for new agents, that these principles are for everyone. I've seen 20-year agents take this class more than once. Okay, but the biggest mistake agents make is they lead with the sexy. But if you study the top agents in the industry, I'm going to lower my hand because it's reading my hand signals. One of the biggest mistakes, so it's the leading with the sexy, but if you study the top agents in the industry, they have totally made peace with the not sexy. So remember, so there's the sexy and there's the not so sexy, okay? But you have to lead with the lead generation, the pipeline formation and nurturing and management, okay? And that's the habit that we're talking about. So just to oversimplify, are you spending 2 hours a day just having conversations and building and nurturing your pipeline? Yes or no? It's the foundation of this business, and it's the greatest stress reducer in this business. Anybody feeling any kind of anxiety over the last 30 days about their business? Give me a, yeah, that's me in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Yep. There you are. All my honest people. One of the greatest stress reducers in this business is you having a decent pipeline. And that's why forming this habit and committing to the 2 hours a day, it's like, this is just what I do. It's my job. It's my job. Is it the part of the business that I like the most? For some of you in the room, it is. That's awesome. For a lot of you in the room, it's like, no, it's not the part I like the most, but it's the part that helps me have more breathing room. Who's in for more breathing room? Give me a, oh yeah, I want some breathing room. I want some momentum. I want that juju. I want all of that. Yes. So it all comes down to this habit formation. Now, I know that they've been talking about owning your business. Okay. You guys have been covering that this week. I think owning your business equals owning your pipeline. It's why we do that Sisu stuff. It's why we're building this habit. Okay. So the pipeline it is the health of your business. It's the greatest stress reducer, and it's your cash producer, your cash producer, cash predictor as well. It's the foundation of running a decent real estate business. Now, when you get into this business, nobody teaches you this stuff. When you're in real estate school, all you're doing is you're passing a test, right? That's the only goal. They don't teach you how to succeed in the business. So that's why we're here in this room. So I'm so glad you're in this room. So this habit formation. So you want to think about this concept of, I have to get into a daily rhythm. What is my daily rhythm? What's the daily rhythm of a top producer? I like to call it your DOR, your daily operating rhythm. Your daily operating rhythm. It's like, no, these are the non-negotiables that I do every day. And in fact, if I miss one or two of them, I get a little itchy. I'm uncomfortable. And that's a good place to be, because that tells me that you've solidified that as your DOR, your daily operating rhythm. Now, I do want to give all of you permission to, are there any perfectionists in the room here? Can I see in the chat if we have some perfectionists? Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Perfectionists, I'm talking to you for just a minute, okay? Ease off just a little bit on the perfectionism when you're in this program, okay? This is progress over perfection. And if I were to look at like the last week, so it's like, let's say every Friday is a good day to just kind of take a snapshot of your week and say, how did I do? Did I hit my goals? Did I do my DPAs every day? And let's say I did maybe 4 out of 5 days this week. It's like, okay, my goal was 5. I hit the 4, but I'm relaxing on my perfectionism tendencies. My goal next week is 5. And I'm gonna ask my running partner to put just a little extra pressure on me because I really want to hit that next week. Okay. But if we look at the pattern, it's like 1 week, maybe it's 3, 1 week it's 4. Ooh, I got 2 weeks in a row that's 5. Awesome, that's progress. Oop, I slipped back to 4. Now I'm back to 5. It's progress, my friends. And that's why we track it, and that's why we have running partners. I want to tell you a quick story of I relaunched my business about 8 years ago. So I had been the director of training in the largest real estate office in the country for 5 years. And I left that position. And after I left that position, I needed to restart my business. So I think I was 18 years in the business at that point, and I needed to start over. And everyone was watching. I had about 1,000 accountability partners. Talk about a little pressure. But I want to tell you just a couple things I did to take my business. I basically took my business from 0 to about 10 million in 10 months. So how did I do that? Okay. So number 1, I made sure that everyone I knew was really clear on what I was doing. Does this sound familiar? Does this resonate with anything that you've covered this week? I needed to make sure that everyone I knew what I was doing. So those are the phone calls, those are social media, it's email. I threw a party. I threw a kind of business reopen party. It's like, how do you get that juju out there? Okay. The second thing I did was with my top people. Okay, so when you look at your database or you look at who's most likely to be supportive of me and my business, or who do I know that knows a lot of people, or who do I know that just simply understands sales and running a business, and who are my best friends and who's my family. Okay, we're going to talk about BFFs and family here in a minute too. But those folks in particular, every single one of those folks deserve a very personal conversation from you of what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Where are you going? And what are you looking for? And how can they help you? People want to help you, but don't assume they really know what you're doing or see your vision. Share your story and your vision. Okay. So your top people are key. Okay. Now, another thing is I literally have 2 sticky notes. I did this when I restarted my business, and I'm going to prove it to you. I literally still have these sticky notes on my desk now. Now, these are not 8-year-old sticky notes because that does not exist. The sticky wears off. Okay. But sticky note number 1, and someone can write this down in the chat. But I asked myself this question at 8 a.m. every day. Oh, you can actually kind of see it. I asked myself on this sticky note, it says, what is my fastest route today to a lead, client, contract, or paycheck? Do that thing first. I'm going to say it again. What is my fastest route today to a lead, client, contract, or paycheck? Do that thing first, because I am easily distractible. Okay. If there's a squirrel in the tree that's outside my window, I'm going to watch it. Okay. I can chase squirrels. Okay. I'm highly distractible, but that's why this anchored my priority in my business every day. What's my fastest route today to a lead, client, contract, or paycheck do that thing first. So I made sure that I was focused on that first thing every day. The second sticky note that I still have on my desk, and you may want to write this down, this is your shortest job description in real estate. So this anchors my business still today, is I remind myself that I am in the business, whoops, where's the camera? I am in the business of having conversations with people about real estate.
There was an error.
I'm in the business of having
Everyone trying to
conversations with
connect.
people about real
Try
estate.
this link.
So I remind myself of that every day. So if you realize it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's my job description. So if I'm in the business of having conversations with people about real estate, it seems logical to me that every single day I should have some conversations with people about real estate. Because if I don't, then I basically have not done my job today. Maybe I should have taken the day off. And that's legit too. I'm a huge fan of taking days off. But it's like, oh, so what's your magic number? This is part of this habit formation. What is your magic number for these conversations? Now, as you move through FastCap, you started with 1 and now you're moving to 2 and then you're going to move to 3, right? But for some people, let's say your business is dominated by online leads and cold calling. It's a legit business. It's never my business model, but it's a legit model in this industry. If that's kind of your focus, you might have 20 calls a day that you're making, conversations, just high volume. If your business is primarily word of mouth and referral, sphere based, maybe your number is 3, maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5. I'd rather you have 3 conversations a day, 5 days in a row, and it generates 2 or 3 appointments than for you to have 20 conversations a day and it doesn't generate any appointments, right? So it's the quality over quantity. There's an agent I know out of, oh God, where was he? Out of Jackson, Mississippi. I love this story. He made 1 call a day. 1. But most of them resulted in an appointment. So he would typically have like 4 appointments a week with 1 call a day. Here's what he did. His other gig was that he consulted with churches in the area to help them run a better church. He's a church consultant. And so he would call someone he knew and say, hey, who do you know? He would say, in order for me to continue working with churches in the area, I have to sell a certain amount of real estate to support my family. Who do you know who is talking real estate right now? And will you please call them and ask them to take my call? So he did 1 call a day, but it almost always resulted in an appointment. This guy had consistently 3-4 appointments every week with 1 phone call. So the quality over the quantity. Okay, so let's keep going. How much time do I have, team? About 10 minutes? Yes, I see a thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 solid things, kind of your go-to list for ways you can easily have some conversations this week and next week and the week after and the week after. Okay. Now, so the go-to, well, okay. Number 1 is the sticky notes. Okay. Anchor yourself in your job every day. Okay. So number 1 is the sticky notes. Okay. Number 2, and this is built into your DPA stuff into this program, but I'm going to suggest 5 previews a day. You're actually looking at property. Now, if they're vacant, you can do it faster. If it's in a condo complex, you can do it faster. If it's new construction, you can do it faster. Okay. But it's the actual kinetic energy of looking at houses. If you don't have enough business right now, we need to get your body physically in motion with real estate. So it's the kinetic energy of actually previewing property because it sends information to your brain that you are doing real estate. Okay. And then your brain feeds that into your cells. So anytime you're stuck or stalled in this industry, in your business, anytime you are stuck or stalled, pull this out of your bag of tricks and just do previews every day, 5 days in a row, 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. It's like, nope, I'm looking at houses every day. Now, you plus it by posting something about it on socials. Hey, looking at properties today. Oh my God, look at this bathroom. Okay. Hey, here's a fun, really engaging thing like on social media. If you're looking at a house and the tile is off in the bathroom, you know, we've all seen it. It's like, ooh, that's cool tile, but it's like, ooh, the lines don't line up. Does this drive anybody crazy besides me? It's like, ooh, how did they miss that? The tile's just off. Take a photo of it. Say, hey, I'm out previewing property today, and I just want to run this by y'all. Do you see what I see in this photo? And that's all you say. And then let your friends engage on where the tile is off. Engage, engage, engage. Okay, so previews. Next thing. Now, and I know this is part of your DPA, and this is doing a CMA every single day. A CMA, a comparative market analysis every single day. But I'm talking about a CMA that literally takes you maybe about max 2 minutes to do. Click, click, click in the MLS, zip code, new construction. Boom. That's a CMA. Guess what? You just did a CMA by plugging in a zip code and clicking the button new construction. Because what's on your screen is a CMA. Every single day you're doing a CMA, and this is more of this kinetic energy thing. You're telling your brain that you are doing real estate, and your brain is going to feed that information into your cells, okay? But it's the same concept with the previews. You're going to post something about it, and you're going to call someone about it. So when you do a quick CMA on starter homes in a certain zip code or neighborhood, okay? Think to yourself, who do I know who lives in that zip code? And that's who you're calling. What I do is I text them real quick. I say, hey, I just happened to, I run a report on your neighborhood. I was running it for something else, but it's on your neighborhood. And there's something really interesting going on in your area right now. Do you have a minute? That's kind of my text, you know, and they're like, yeah, what is it? So my goal is to get on the phone with someone and tell them what I've seen in that. So if you're doing that every day, guess what? That is one quality real estate conversation that you're having every day, and it's interesting and people like it. Now, before you get off the phone with these folks, you're going to throw in a very simple and authentic lead gen question. You're going to say something like, hey, while we're on the topic, let me ask you this real quick. Are you guys thinking of doing anything with your real estate this year? Or who do you know who's talking real estate lately? You know, my business it's really primarily word of mouth and referral. And honestly, if I don't ask you this question every now and then I'm not doing my job. That's kind of my go-to lead gen question, a version of that. And I do like the, hey, if I don't ask you this question every once in a while, I'm not doing my job. I promise you I won't ask it all the time, and I'll never be annoying with it. But if I haven't asked you this question in a few months, I'm probably not doing my job, because my business is all word of mouth and referral. I really appreciate your support, right? So I'm having quality conversation, but I'm always tacking on very authentically this very simple kind of lead gen question on the end of it. Now we can do the same thing with the fourth thing I want to tell you about. So number 1 was the sticky notes. Number 2 was the previews every day. Number 3 is the CMA every day. Number 4 is your vendor project. Okay. Number 4 is your vendor project. I believe this is the easiest way for you to generate some quality conversations. Every single one of you could post on Facebook right now, or maybe you do that in 15 minutes when we're done with the session. You post on Facebook or Instagram, whatever your preferred platform is, you post something like, hey friends, hey local friends, I'm working on my vendor list this month. And here's what my vendor list is, and here's why it's important in my business, blah, blah, blah. But specifically this week, I'm looking for recommendations in these two categories. And maybe it's roofer and landscaper, or maybe it's painter and plumber, or stucco and deck, or, just name two. And then just ask, if you needed to hire somebody, who's on your list. Okay, so this is a very engaging, it's a very engaging conversation online. Now you want to ideally post it at a time that's going to get the highest engagement. So figure that out. If you post it at 2 o'clock in the middle of the day, you may get less engagement than if you post it at, 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night on a rainy day, right? Now, what you do with the vendor project is every single person who comments, someone's going to tell you that their cousin is a plumber, or someone else is going to tell you that their neighbor had just hired so-and-so, right? Every single comment you're going to comment on. And every single comment, guess what, is your next phone call. If you don't have their cell phone number, you literally just private message them and say, hey, I want to ask you about your plumber recommendation. What's your cell phone? That's the script. What's your cell phone? I know it's really sophisticated. It's advanced. This is advanced, y'all. Hey, I want to ask you about that plumber. What's your cell phone? And they're going to tell you 100% of the time, they're going to answer that question. You get them on the phone. Hey, tell me about this plumber person. Oh, your cousin's a plumber. Cool. Tell me more. Blah, 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 blah. And you're going to get a lot of information. You're going to tell them a little more about your vendor project, why it's important, how picky you are for someone to be on that list, yada, yada, yada. Okay. You're going to get, and guess what? There's another phone call in the making here, because guess who else you're going to call? The plumber, right? But before you get off the phone with this friend that told you about their cousin, the plumber, what are you going to say? You're going to throw in that simple lead gen. Hey, while we're on the topic, let me ask you this real quick. Are you guys thinking of doing anything with your real estate this year? Or who do you know who's talking real estate right now that I could be talking to? My business is primarily word of mouth and referral. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you this question every now and then. I appreciate your support. Okay, got it? So that's number 4 is the vendor project. Number 5, and we're going to wrap this up and I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask me some questions, okay? Number 5, and I told you earlier that I was going to come back to this. Number 5 is train your family and your BFFs. Train your family and your BFFs, because I think sometimes we assume that they really know what we're doing. They know where we're going. They know what our vision and our goal is. They know our motivation, and that they want to support us. But we need to train them how to support us. Now, even if you're having this conversation, let's say with your mother or your sister or your BFF, and they'll say, oh, I got your back, definitely, give me some of your cards. No business cards. Now, this is my opinion. You can find different opinions on this. I don't like the business card thing, because if someone hands out your business card, what is the percentage chance that you'll hear from that person who now has your business card? Just curious. What do you think? What do you think the percentage is? Oh, yeah, it's low. I'm seeing a bunch of zeros. It's really low. So for your mother, your sister, your BFF, your husband, your wife, your partner, okay, we're going to train them. You say, hey, the next time someone's talking real estate at work, here's what I want you to do. No business cards. It doesn't work. I want you to pick up your phone, hit a text, look that other person straight in the eye and say, what's your cell phone? And you're typing. And then you're going to add me to the text. and you're going to say, so you're training mom, husband, wife, BFF. You say, when you hear someone talking real estate, what I need you to say is, oh my gosh, I need you to talk to, I want you to talk to my wife. I want you to talk to my friend, Candace. She's a great realtor. She's not salesy. You can trust her. At the very least, she'll be able to answer some of your questions. I'm going to introduce the two of you right now. Click, 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 click. And I'd say, Candace, meet Jonathan. Jonathan, meet Candace. Blah, blah, blah. Little information, send. What has just happened is instead of the business card, which you have no control over, you now have 100% control over communicating with that person. 100%. So I want you to train your family, train your BFF, train your husband, train your wife, train your mother, train your sister. Train these people how they can help you. Somebody said text your Instacard. I think those fall into the void as well. Well, the idea is that you need the contact, you need the name and contact information of that person so that you're in control of making a call instead of hoping and praying. Because your mom or your husband or your BFF will say, oh, I mentioned you to somebody last week at the office. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Who was it? Could you reach out to them and ask them to call me again? Can you give me their, it's like you have not heard from that person. Okay. So the 5 were the sticky notes to anchor your business, previews per day because of the kinetic energy, CMA per day because of the kinetic energy, and posting and calling with each of those activities. Your vendor project is huge and easy, 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 easy. And then train your family and your BFFs.
My friends, come on, Julie Nelson, how about that? What did you guys think? Did that resonate with you? I'm just going to get to my slides because I know we're short on time here, but let me check that chat right now. Did that resonate with you? Get some fire for, yeah, Julie's amazing. I love it. I love it. All right, my friends, guys, reach out to Julie. She is here to support. She really is. She's been such a great supporter for all of us in FastCap. So follow Julie. And then her book is, again, it is Success Faster, On Fire Hot. Another great one. But guys, Julie Nelson, come on. So I'm going to leave this to-do list up here. What I really wanted to do was spend a little more time actually reviewing what your money makers are, things like that. But I do want to answer some questions. I know we only have 3 minutes left, and with our tech issues, we're cut a little bit short. So I want to talk about if anybody does have a question, you can pop your if you raise your hand, I can take that. I can answer at least a few questions right now that we can chat about. And then someone in the chat is saying, what is the name of the book? That is Success Faster, On Fire Hot. And if someone actually, I want to say, I just wrote your name down. I bet you who's going to put it in the chat is Anita Waters, because she's been putting all the takeaways in there, and I appreciate that very much. Okay, so let's talk to Sarah Casey. Sarah, I'm going to ask you to unmute right now. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate you. All right,
Yeah.
Sarah, what's
Hi,
up?
thanks for taking my question. I have a question about the homework assignments that we're supposed to be doing. I'm in CSU. I can put my DPAs in, like how many people I've called, if I've gotten any appointments, CMAs, etc. But then you're giving us these moneymaker assignments, and I thought that I understood we're supposed to be logging them somewhere, and I don't know where that is.
No, Sarah, you're not confused. We don't ask you to log your money makers. So you log your DPAs like your real talks, but you don't have to log your money maker. With
Okay.
those though, I will say you'll get a lot of benefit if you like start sharing whatever money maker it is in the community group. That's where I would ask you to share. Like if we ask you to do your UVP, post your UVP in the community, but otherwise you don't need to log that.
Okay, and then the community is supposed to be under my university tab, my EXP
Yes.
university tab? Okay.
let me show you real quick too. I'll get this pen out of my mouth before I do that. So right here, so you'll see this is kind of how you got, yeah, you'll see in my screen here. So this is how you got to us. The community is going to be, you see all these little tabs, just clicking right here in this, it'll say
Oh, geez.
community.
All right,
Yeah,
great.
everybody misses it. I know.
Uh,
Don't you worry.
what an idiot. Okay, thank
No,
you
no,
for doing
no.
that. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for asking because I know everybody else is wondering. So I appreciate the question. I've seen someone saying I couldn't find it either. And there
Okay.
is, guys, I will say there's another way to do it where I actually like the view better. I don't, if this is just going to be like, you're confusing me, Alyssa, then just ignore what I'm saying right now. But if you know this page, go
A
to
way,
dashboard
a way that
and then
I
you see
can
this
search
button that says My
the community
Communities.
group
And this is going to bring you to
for
that
posts
very same
like I did for
community. Yours is going to look different because I have a million here. But what I like about this one is it just
a
visually
way,
is easier to deal with. Same place.
a
If
way.
that's confusing, just ignore what I just said and go to that tab I was talking about first.
No, it's not confusing, but that's where I went, and it said that I didn't have any communities. So I thought, well, I must be in the wrong place. But I didn't look at it today because I was having a hard time signing into the meeting, and I didn't want to be late. So I'll
Hey,
look
I
at it when I get off.
appreciate you. I appreciate you making
No, no,
it.
you're good. You're good. It's really been great. Thank you. And I'll mute so someone else can take a question.
Hey, well, thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a look. The next one, I will take on Alicia, and I'm sure I'm butchering your name, so please correct me. I'm going to ask you to unmute, and then I'm going to take David, and then we will have to cut it off. You're on the air.
Hi, I think you said it
Hi,
right. I'm Alicia. How are you?
Alicia. Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I just wanted to know and be sure the home previews, are we physically going to a house and like recording it, or what is that about? I just
Yeah,
wanted.
so yeah, good question. So with that, yes, we say that is going to be the way that you do it is that's the best practice is to go physically to do that. But I
Right.
want to say right now, and I want to acknowledge this is we're telling you go home preview every day. I right
Mm.
now am understanding a lot of people in this room are working full time, and you're like, that's bonkers. So all I can say is try your best, okay? Try your best, and do your best with that and you could there's a way also you could start virtually previewing as well. With this we always say do one a day, and a lot of questions I get are like, well, can I do all five in one day? Normally we would say no because what we're trying to do is get you to build the habit. But for this group, don't tell the CLO that I'm saying this. For this group, if you're working full time, do what you got to do. Do whatever you have to do to make it happen.
I have time. I can do that. I'm not working a full-time job, so.
Hey, I love it. Okay, no, and I'm just making sure. Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna get the best bet going there, and you're gonna just feel again, like Julie was talking. It's like that kinetic energy. It's you start building this momentum just by walking into these houses.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And thank you so much. That's all I
Well,
needed. Thank you.
awesome. Well, thank you very much, David. I will take your question, and then we are going to have to cut it short because I have a puppy who is demanding my attention right now. David,
Yeah.
you are
Hey,
on the air.
real quick question. Does the CSU and your CRM connect together?
No,
No, firstly, great question. So, not at this time. Which,
Okay.
firstly, I will say I know is a pain. I acknowledge it's a pain, a lot. So,
Yeah.
what we're doing though is the university is absolutely working with the CSU team to see what kind of integrations we can get without having anybody upgrading their account, different things like that, because we want it to be free. So, we're continuing to work with them on that. So yeah, unfortunately not at this time, but hopefully I have better news for you all shortly.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, thanks for the question. I have a few people saying, "Show us the puppy." The puppy is on the other side of this door right now, but I will post a picture. He is a 7 month hound dog, so I'm surprised you're not hearing him right now. Okay, guys, I appreciate you letting me go over just a little bit. This has been a good one. So come back on Monday. Now, Monday, we're starting our prospecting week. You're going to have Candice Garcia here, and Guys, for this weekend, go take action. Go do all of your DPAs. Remember that I'm here to support you. Send me a message on Slack if you have any questions. If it's tonight, I will most likely get back to you in the morning. But thank you once again for hanging out and let me know how I can support you further. Thanks, guys.